Got a little camera lag. Hang on. And there we go. Boom. So check it out. Just like that, right? Woke up this morning, 3:20 a.m. I'm like, let's go. Today's going to be a big day. Run downstairs, grab my planner, open my planner up, read the quote right there at the top, submitted by LaDonna Clifford, which our hashtag Rise and Grind planner has a quote submitted by actual Rise and Grind members every single day. And so I pop it open in. It says, if you can't beat the fear, do it scared. If you can't beat the fear, do it scared. And the first thing that it made me think about was like, oh my gosh, I'm in the middle of writing this part of this book that is likely going to be a New York Times bestseller, and I'm super excited about it. And it's kind of a little bit scary to put my words and my story out in that way, right? I've been doing it on video, and you can get tone and you can get inflection, you can get all of those things, but sometimes when writing, words don't necessarily translate the same way. And so a little bit scary, but I did it anyway. And that's what I'm going to challenge you this morning. That's what LaDonna's challenging you this morning. That thing that's on your heart, that thing that you've been scared of, that thing that you've been nervous about. Today's the day that you're going to do it anyway. Fair enough? Fair enough. Let's go. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? See, there's no excuse for you not pushing yourself to the next level. In order for you to create a new you must have a new mindset. When teams come together, we can create things that are greater than the sum of all of their parts. Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to 8, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Thursday. That's right. Today is Thursday, June 17th, 2021. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Thursday, June 17th, 2021. And so I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most, of this absolutely incredible day. Hey, today is special, no doubt about it. And also, today we are one day away from a very special day in the Lundy house. One day away from a very special day in the Lundy house. See, tomorrow night, the new Disney movie Luca comes out on Disney Plus. And that's a big deal in the Lundy house. Whenever a new Disney movie comes out, my wife and I are like, yes, these kids will watch this movie 18 times over the next 3 weeks, right? Which that's 90 minutes. Well, it's not 90, it's about 20 minutes of downtime in our house because there's always some kid coming at some point, right? But it's a big deal whenever Disney comes out with a new movie. And so what's even more exciting, yes, it's coming on Disney Plus, which is going to be great for our house. But what's even more exciting is after the pandemic and all of these things, this movie's actually playing in a movie theater, and I'm actually going to be able to get to take my kids to a movie in a movie theater, which hasn't happened for them in a really long time. Now, me, myself, I went ahead and went to a movie like a couple weeks ago just by myself, just sitting there eating popcorn, going to the movie because I just wanted to get back in the theater. I love the movie theaters, but I'm excited to get my kids back in there, right? I'm excited for them to smell the butter and get to do all of that, and I'm excited for them to be able to get some candy, and we just have a great time. I love taking my kids to the movie theater. It's one of my favorite things to do as a father. Like, I just love to take them to the movie theater and to watch their eyes light up. They light up on the video games. Their eyes light up on the lights. They light up on as soon as the movie starts and all the different aspects of it, right? And you can just see that their curiosity is stimulated. Their youthful innocence all of a sudden captured in this moment of time as they're taken on this virtual journey to a land far, far away. It's beautiful, really, it is. It creates surges of emotion in me just thinking about it. I freaking love taking my kids to the movie, man. It's not my wife's jam. My wife's like, you go. I'm going to stay right here. But I just love it. It creates literally this surge of emotion just thinking about it. And so yesterday in Clubhouse and here on Rise and Grind on Facebook, we had many different fathers seated at the table. And all of them talked about what it was like to be a parent or to be a mentor, to be an uncle, to be pouring into someone in the next generation. And as they talked about those different experiences and the things that they love to do with their kids, there were a couple that really caught my attention and caught my, that are very memorable today as well. And so one of our guys, his name's Coach Isaac, and Coach Isaac just talked about how the moment he saw like his daughter's eyes open, the first time he ever saw his daughter's eyes open, he was instantly transformed. Like his soul literally went from what it was and who he was to something completely new. His soul was inspired. And that inspiration that came from the simple opening of his daughter's eyes for the first time has led him to continue to go out and make a positive impact on the world. Isn't that crazy? And as we talked about things like that yesterday in the room, as we talked about things like that, I finished the room by pointing out the fact that not only were there fathers in the room, but everybody in the room had a father. And that whether that father was in your life or not in your life, good to you or not good to you, ultimately that father still made an impact on who you are today, present or not. And so in this discussion of fathers, as we head into Father's Day this week, today I want to take that idea that everyone has a father. I want to take that idea a step further. Before we do, though, before we get into all that, there's something we got to do on this show, okay? Okay. Okay, come on, let's go. Come on now. Okay. Y'all weren't ready for that. Y'all weren't ready for that. You're like, oh, okay. That's right, we're going to do some dancing this morning. All right? We got to dance. Listen, objects in motion tend to stay in motion. Objects at rest tend to stay at rest. I'm going to need you to get in motion real quick, all right? This is the part of the show where we're going to do a little dancing. We're going to get the blood pumping, or we're going to get the heart pumping. We're going to get the blood flowing, all right? This is also the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. If you're on Facebook, go ahead and share this sucker out. Right now it's good. If you're on Clubhouse, hit the plus sign. All right? I need you to hit that plus sign for me real quick. Now, this is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, maybe you're catching the podcast, maybe you're on YouTube, wherever you're at, all right? Wherever you're at, say what's up. I'll say what's up back. Fair enough? How you doing, Don Sankey? What's up, Jeff Baker? We got Kimberly in the house. How you doing, Melvin Rodriguez, Marilyn Wilkin? I see Kim Fairs up in here. Doug Thurston, thanks for the stars, brother. I see Anne Marie, Samantha. How you doing, Ray Hatcher? What's up, Michael Guthrie? We've got J.T. Palmer's in the house. Melvin Rodriguez, Janice Mullins, Marilyn Wilkin, Tarika Simmons, Wes Storm, Lydia Best. What's up? Regina Fleming's up in here as well. We got Debbie Wabi, Sanjay Gupta. Over on Clubhouse, my man Alex in the house. Alec, I owe you a message. We got Mel in the house. Mallory's in the house. Dustin's in the house. We've got Ali and Anya and Solana Rich. We've got Kevin and Annette and Robert and Big Mike. We've got Linda and Nita and Sean and Ed and Sue and Cher and Debbie and Karis and Kyle and Amy and Chris. Oh my goodness, Charlene and Deborah and Chastity and Michael and Ryan and Roy. Good morning, Roger. Good morning, Kojo. Good morning, Soul. Good morning, Kairu. Good morning, Van Ness. Good morning, Jojo. Good morning, Matt and Patrice and Hala and Tanya. And oh my gosh, are you kidding me? All of us together in the morning. Are you feeling it? Yes, that's what I'm talking about. All right, let's go. Today's episode of Rise and Grind. So I believe that you are a child of God. The God that made everything. The God of the universe. And I believe that that God made you to be the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Not an average version. Not a little bit above average, not a little bit below average, but the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. I truly, truly believe that about you, and I truly believe that about me. And I know that some of you that are sharing this space and time with me this morning, some of you believe that too. So with that being the case, with you being a child of the God of the universe, and me being the same, genealogy-wise, that makes you Marilyn Wilkin, that makes you Shirley Ann Montgomery, that makes you Tisha White and Niza Keshavarzi, that makes you Scott Simons, that makes you Alec. That makes you Alpha. That makes you Dora Maria and Dr. Janie. That makes you Insha and Martin and Sharon. That makes you Amanda, Lolita and Trust. That makes you Tamra and Evan and Emerald. That makes you my brother and my sister. When it comes to genealogy, right? Our family tree. You are all my brothers and my sisters. I truly believe that. I truly do. But even more importantly than you being my brother or you being my sister, even more importantly than that, you are, if you believe that you are, which I do, but if you believe that you are a child of God, then that means that God is your Father. You following me here? Do you understand ancestry and family trees? You and me are brothers and sisters. You and I are brothers and sisters because we share the same Father as children of God. Are you with me? And see, this is incredibly important because what you have to understand, Gail B. Craft and Jeff Baker, what you have to understand is that some people's dads are super famous, right? Some people have super famous dads out there doing books or movies or speaking on stages, right? And some people's dads are really, really rich. Some people's dads got billions of dollars, right? Like Elon Musk, he's a daddy, right? Boy's got what, $14 bazillion dollars? Who knows? Depends on what Bitcoin's doing today, right? Or Dogecoin. So some people's dads are famous. Some people's dads are rich. Some people's dads are powerful and influential in many different ways. I mean, heck, some people's dad is Pablo Escobar or some other Colombian drug lord, right? Everybody's got a unique, different dad that could be rich, that could be famous, that could be powerful, that can be notorious. And your dad, Shirley, your father, Crystal, your father, Justin, your father, Core Element, your father, well, he's God. He's God. Like, he literally breathed the universe into existence. What you think about that for a second? Like, inhaled real deep, breathed it out, and the universe exists. Crazy, right? So your father, God, your father knows everything. He knows everything about you. He knows your steps. He knows your thoughts. He knows your actions. He knows your words. He literally knows everything about you. And most importantly, he knows that he loves you. The real question this morning is, do you know that? Do you know that your Father loves you? Do you know that you are loved? Do you know that even if you feel unworthy today, that you are loved? Do you know that even if you feel deplorable today, that you are loved? Listen to me. Maybe you feel broken today. Maybe you feel abused today. Maybe you feel misused today. Well, even in the midst of all of that, no matter what you got going on, I need you to hear me this morning. Your Father loves you. See, listen to this. It says this, there's this book sold 3.6 billion copies. #1 best-selling book of all time. The second best-selling book of all time is the Harry Potter series. This book was #1 and has been for a really long time. So with 3.6 billion copies sold, the #1 selling book of all time, it's called the Bible. And the Bible says this in 1 John 4:16. That's where you can find it. There's 1 John, 2 John. So if you go and you look for 1 John, and then you go to chapter 4, and then you go to the 16th line on 1 John 4:16, it says this: and we know and rely and believe in the love that God has for us. God is love. He who abides in love abides in God, and God in him. How cool is this? Seriously, how cool is this? So from the way I read that, so basically what this book, right? This amazing book is telling me is that even when I have a bad hair day, my Father loves me. What this book is telling me, that even on the days that I personally maybe feel a little bit fat or ugly, that my Father loves me. On the days that I feel broke and overwhelmed, like I'm just not enough, my Father loves me. When I'm alone, when I feel angry, when I feel hurt, when I'm stressed out, in the midst of all of that, God is love. My Father still loves me and loves you too. Some of you might be like, well, Glenn, what about when I cuss? Yes, he still loves you when you cuss. Well, Glenn, what if I steal? Yes, he still loves you even if you steal. What if I go overseas, Lord? I make a choice to go overseas and I fight in a battle for our country. And Glenn, what if I kill somebody? Does my Father still love me? The answer is yes. Yes, your Father still loves you. Well, Glenn, that's great, Glenn. But what if I don't love myself? What if I don't love myself? What if I don't feel lovable? What if I don't even like who I am? What about then, Glenn? Does my Father still love me? And the answer is yes. As a child of God, you are loved. You are loved infinitely. You see, in John, that same incredible book, in 1 John 3:1, if you go to the first book of John, you go to the third chapter, go one line down, it says this. It says, "See what great love the Father has lavished on us, that we should be called children of God. And that is what we are. Children of God." So when I blend these two together, the conversations that these fathers were having yesterday about how their children inspired them and inspired joy in them, I started to switch that conversation and think about your Father and my Father, the one that we share, the one that makes us brothers and sisters. And as children of God, that means that you and I are the catalyst that sparks transformation, joy, and unconditional love in our Father. You see, that's you. That's literally what you are. You, Sean Weatherby. You, Vicky Everett. You, Molly Dare. You, Nikki Lynn. You are the catalyst that sparks joy and unconditional love in the God of the universe. You are the very reason that God delights in his existence, because he gets to experience it through the joy and the wins in your life. You see, your wins, your joy is God's joy. Like a dad from the bleachers cheering you on. Our Father is always there rooting for you. Our Father is there to pick us up when we're down, when we fall down, when we scrape our knees, when our heart hurts, when our mind hurts, when our body hurts. God, your Father, loves you. And so do I. And so do I. Yesterday we were out at the ball field. My son Joel's playing baseball now, and we're out there at the ball field, and it's the whole family. When the Lundys go to the ball field, man, we run deep. The concession stand loves us. they hate us, one or the other, because we be spending some loot over there at the concession stand, running through hot dogs and Skittles and bubble gum and all. There's always a Lundy trying to get a Gatorade, trying to get a water or something. I mean, we roll deep. Then you got grandma, and then you got grandpa, and then you got Poppy and Gaga. Sorry, I lost track of the names. There's so many, right? And we've got them all, and everybody's at the game, and everybody's cheering on Joel. It's just Joel out there on the field. He's playing catcher. He's going up to bat. Got his first RBI yesterday. Super proud of him. And we're watching this boy become a man. We're watching him learn through his mistakes. We're watching him learn through this crazy thing called life. And I just watch my family members light up. I watch my family members light up as my son throws somebody out or as he makes a tag. I watch the family members light up as he gets hit. He got hit. He got hit by a ball, hit him right in the chest. He just shook it off, right? Rub some dirt on it, son. Rub some dirt on it. You'll be all right. Right? And so I'm watching my family as my son goes through making mistakes, overthrowing, allowing a run, doing things right, doing things wrong, getting dirty. At one point, he was crying because he swung at a pitch he shouldn't have swung at, and then he didn't swing at a pitch that he should have swung at. And so the whole experience, and I'm just watching. I'm watching my son, and I'm watching my family, and I'm thinking, man, this is what it means to be a child of God. The God of the universe. The God who made everything. Sits and watches you with love and adornment. He'll watch you as you make your mistakes. He'll watch you as you thrive and triumph. He will watch you in every moment that you experience. He'll experience with you. And it will bring him joy. Because your very, very, very existence, you continuing to become the best version of yourself that you can possibly be, is all that God desires from you. Nothing else. 100% unconditional love as you go through your trials. And so as we head into this Father's Day weekend, I don't want to forget the Father that we all share. The Father that I believe that we all share. The one that makes us brothers and sisters. And that's the Father in heaven, the God of the universe, the one who absolutely stinking loves you. Every bit of you. Every moment of every single day. Listen, friends, if you need more videos like this, you can go to glennlundy.com. Fair enough? You can go to glennlundy.com if you need some more videos like this. I want you to really resonate and think about this message. Think about it as you step out there. Who you are is connected to whose you are. And your Father is the God of the universe. So what does that say about you? What gifts do you have in you? What abilities do you have in you? What are you capable of as a child of the God of the universe? And I want you to step into that. I want you to lean into that, because the decisions you make today, they matter. They make an impact on your friends, on your family members, on your coworkers. Shoot, you showing up here today has made an impact on me. So I love you. He loves you. Let's continue to get after it. Fair enough? Fair enough. Listen, you need more videos, go to glennlundy.com. If you want to hang out and talk about this a little bit more, you can meet me over on Clubhouse. I'll be hanging out over there for a little while. We're there till 11 a.m. Eastern time. So you're welcome to come join me over on Clubhouse. Got an incredible lineup over there. If not, I will see you tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. as we do this all over again on hashtag Rise and Grind. Let's go.
Can't cheat the grind, only get what you fundamentals. I'm focused on my physical. I'm developing spiritually and manifesting miracles. I'm gonna get it started, have a party in the morning, and I'ma wake the world. It's so alarming. I hashtag rise and grind, hashtag rise and grind. First thing on my mind, early in the morning time. Daily motivation, feeling so divine. Waking up the nation, hashtag rise and grind, hashtag rise and grind, 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 hashtag morning, don't stop, good morning, get it, good morning, don't stop, get it, good morning, don't stop, good morning, get it, good morning, don't stop, get it, hashtag rise and grind, let's go, hashtag rise and grind, 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 hashtag rise and grind. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, everybody in the land. Make them all get up and turn the volume up and dance. I'm up like a rooster about my future. Better get used to the routine. I ain't sleep, I'm living the dream. Feeling like I can do anything. Cause this is God's plan. I wake up, I thank the man. Brush my teeth and wash my hands. Then I get back to the grind. Got victory on my mind. Success and dollar signs. Now open all the blinds so they can't block my shine. Cause I am the light. Amen. Going platinum with this anthem.